What's up, guys? Randall here. Today's episode, I am talking about an investor who turned $20,000 into over $5 million. And he sees that opportunity happening again. He's going to share it with you, as well as the top 10 coins to hold compared to Bitcoin, and his number one pick for coins to hold, period, bar none. That's it. Now, in addition to that, guys, you can see over my shoulder there, we have thank you to you patrons as well as elite sponsors. You can have your name right there. And guys, on the channel, we're giving away to patrons $1,000 a month. And right now, if you sign up, there's like a 1 in 30 chance of winning. So if you want to help support the channel through Patreon, head on over to patreon.com/cryptolove, and I'll see you there. Enjoy the video. Peace. Boom shakalaka. What is going on, everybody? Randall here from Crypto Love. I am joined today by Ian Bellina from Token Metrics. What's going on, Ian?
I'm amazing.
Hey,
it's
all
great
right.
to be here. How are you, Randall?
I'm doing great. It's awesome to have you. I'm actually really excited because I've known about you since 2017. I actually met you once in Singapore back in, I think that was the very beginning of 2018. And this is the first time that I've had you on the channel. So I'm very, very excited for this. Today we're talking about token metrics. So I guess for people who are new to it, what is token metrics?
So token metrics is a data-driven approach to cryptocurrency investing. So back in 2017, I was known for publicly posting my blockfolio and from turning about 20 grand into over $5 million at the peak of the ICO mania. And that was all done transparently through my blockfolio and also through my spreadsheet that was publicly available, where I logged all my trades, all my investments, and also more importantly, my thought process in terms of why I chose particular cryptos to invest in. So we've taken that same approach with the spreadsheet, and we've added artificial intelligence, basically machine learning, to make it even more powerful. And we've built this into an application that's available on the web. So that's token metrics in a nutshell.
That's pretty incredible. I mean, I'm not sure if people just heard that, but you turned $20,000 into over $5 million. That's pretty insane. Actually, I'm curious. Do you think that that is still possible to achieve that kind of return, 20,000 into 5 million?
Yes, right. So especially now that we're in Altseason, and there've already been projects that have done a 10x or 20x already. So this, in a way, reminds me of back in, I would say, around fall 2017, so around September, October, prior to the December 2017 peak, right? So I feel like we're basically kind of trending upwards. And now we also have leverage trading, and right? So everything has totally changed. The ICO mania is not quite there, but now we have the DeFi mania, where lots of people are essentially FOMOing into DeFi tokens. And then you also add in futures and leverage trading. So I think the returns are still there, but they're tougher to come by.
Okay, so I had a couple other questions that I want to ask first, but then how does somebody go about doing that?
Well, that's why we built token metrics, right? So we bring together our professional analysts, so myself, other people from Goldman Sachs, Charles Schwab, Morgan Stanley. We go through, we do technical analysis, we do fundamental research, we do investment reports. We also, similar to what kind of made me popular back in 2017, sharing my blockfolio. So now we're posting over 10 different portfolio types, catering to different investors, all built using our AI. So for example, if you're really into the technology, we have a cryptocurrency index based purely on just code reviews. So our developers go through, do code reviews, and we rate the different projects. Then we build portfolios based off of that. If you're just a trader, we have a portfolio based purely on technical analysis, or currently our best performing index is our price prediction index monthly. So every single month it does a rebalancing, and currently that's up over 350% in just 3 months versus Bitcoin, right? So it's doing pretty well. We have over 10 indices. I would say about 11 out of 12 are outperforming Bitcoin. The average return for the index, for each index so far, is about a 74%. So far it's still pretty early. We're just launching this today, actually, right? So we think this is going to be one of the biggest drivers to our platform, because for those who followed me back in 2017, most of them followed me because of how transparent I was with my portfolio, being able to share and show how everything was being made and grown in real time. So now we're doing the same thing through our platform, tokenmetrics.com.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So there, I guess it's really incredible what you're able to do. And I remember back in 2017, because there was the whole ICO bubble, and I was very focused on Bitcoin, and people would ask me about ICOs, and I knew about some altcoins too, but people would ask me about ICOs, and I would just say, I'll just go watch Ian's channel. And so like now that you have this available, it's awesome. But when I did mention that I was going to be interviewing you to some people in my community, they said, "Oh, he's a shill," and I didn't exactly ask why. I suspect it's because probably like some projects that didn't, like, at the end of 2018, pretty much everything tanked. But like, I don't know. Do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something I've had to deal with. And I mean, I would say par- par- parts of the people or the community are in a way kind of fair in assessment, but I would say overall, though, I definitely do disagree with parts of it, right? So I think it was just kind of from being the poster child of the ICO mania, right? So when all ICOs began to tank, since I was the poster child, everything kind of fell on me, right? And I think, yes, I do have a tendency to kind of self-promote or just kind of market, but I think that's just something anybody who creates content on YouTube has to do to kind of stand out of a sea of other creators, all right? And for me, I think where maybe I could have done better was realizing when the music was over with ICOs, and basically it would have been better for me to stop talking about them as much, right? Especially because not everybody had the private access to get into the good deals, right? I mean, so in a way, I kind of did stop that back in January 2018 when I took down my spreadsheet, right? Because at the peak, my spreadsheet was getting over 1 million visitors a month, and just the demand of trying to keep up with that was crazy. So in a way, I kind of took it down at the peak of the mania, but I didn't really do a good job in terms of stopping to post content on it, because I was still trying to create content around ICOs, but ICOs haven't really recovered, right? So I think I probably could have done a better job with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, out of that, and I think with any great creator or business person or entrepreneur, you learn from any mistake, any failure. Just brush yourself off, learn the lesson, get back up, create something better. And so out of that comes token metrics, whereas before it was a spreadsheet. Now you have an interactive website app that people can use to kind of do all this stuff. It's a lot more visual than the spreadsheet was. So this is something that I've been playing around with a little bit, and it's pretty awesome. All the stuff that's on there. So do you mind just kind of screen sharing it with us and just showing us a little bit around what it looks like?
Yes. All right. So do you see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah. So this is tokenmetrics.com. So this, in a way, kind of does look familiar to those who know my spreadsheet in the past. So we go through, and now we're not doing just ICOs. We're also doing analysis on projects trading on exchanges. Actually, I would say probably almost over 90% of our projects are on exchanges. So for those people who want to really know what to invest or buy in right now, we go through and we crunch the data, right? But one of the biggest things where our audience has asked for are basically being able to go through and create portfolios based on our ratings. So over here is our Indices screen that's launching. So the idea is we cater to different investment styles. So whether you're a trader or a value investor, so somebody who has an investment horizon of 3 months to 12 months or longer, we can go through and build a portfolio for you, right? So for example, looking down here, these are the indices we have for traders. And this is basically the ROI in percentage in the last 2 to 3 months. So the best performing index so far is our trader price prediction monthly. So if we switch to that monthly price prediction and just submit, we'll go through and pull that up and you'll be able to go through and see exactly what this index is holding, right? So it has Algorand, Nebulous, Loom, Eternity. And if we go down here, it tracks the performance of this index versus Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has basically been going sideways. It's been pretty quiet in the last month or two, but this index has been performing pretty well, right? So as you see here, in about 3 months, it's up over 400%, right? So it's been performing pretty well. And then down here, it shows all the holdings of each index portfolio. So everything is based mainly on the predicted growth. So the price prediction, the way it works is we take the past price history, then our AI models go through and try to predict which cryptocurrency or token has the highest predicted gain in the next 30 days. So in this case, we have Molecular Future, which has a gain of 57%. So all these pretty much have a predicted ROI gain of over 30% or so. Then we balance the portfolio based on the grades of each cryptocurrency to come up with the portfolio. So this index basically began at a base value of $10,000, and it's already turned out to $42,000, right? While being diversified. Then down here, we log every single trade this portfolio makes, this index makes, right? So the last trades it made, so on May, it basically sold all these. Then it bought some Decred, right? So everything is being logged. So, but let's say you aren't really into, so the price prediction is not looking at fundamentals at all, right? So it's also the most risky, right? So basically high risk, high reward. It's looking just purely at price. But let's say you want something that's more long-term, right? You're a value investor with a longer time horizon. So this is a question that gets asked by our community a lot. What are the best cryptocurrencies to invest in long-term, right? So you come in here, I'll pick annual, right? So let's say I want to rebalance my portfolio once a year. So I pick my portfolio once a year and that's it. So this is for somebody who wants long-term capital gains, right? So basically, as opposed to having short-term capital gains here in the US where they basically charge you more tax-wise, this is a tax-efficient portfolio. So it goes through here and gives you a recommended portfolio. Right now, obviously, these are just kind of our opinions and our analysis. Nothing here is any type of investment advice per se, but it's a good starting point to building a portfolio. So in this case, our models think the best 10 cryptocurrencies to hold are Matic, Ethereum, Neo, Binance, Cardano, Amizigo, Bitcoin, Dash, Maker, and Cosmos. And then down here, it basically shows the ROI of this portfolio versus Bitcoin at this point in time. So this has a 88% return versus Bitcoin, which is currently been going sideways at around 2 to 3%. So this gives you exposure to all kinds of altcoins, some high cap coins, some low cap coins, but we go through and it finds the best low cap coins to hold, right? So as opposed to just kind of dumpster diving and just getting any kind of altcoin, we go through and try to find the best altcoins that have potential for growth. Right? And down here, it basically breaks down the portfolio holding. And then down here, it basically goes through and logs every time there's a rebalancing, every time there's a change made, it tracks it, right? So think of this as kind of upgrade to what some people have known me for in the past with my Blockfolio. So we're kind of bringing this back, but this caters to different investment styles. So as mentioned before, whether you're a trader, a value investor, how often you want to rebalance your portfolio, whether it's quarterly, annually, whether it's something that's purely based on fundamentals, or if you want to only invest in projects that have good technology, we also have portfolios based off of that. So I think this kind of gives people the best of both worlds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really awesome. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So you said it uses AI and machine learning in order to do it?
Yes, right. So if we go here, so we can drill into, so let's go into a project that's trending at the moment. So we've got 0x, for example. So we go through, we gather lots of different data points. So we gather the fundamentals, we got the technical analysis, technology. So for example, going through here, so similar to my spreadsheet and what people have known me for in the past, we gather different data points. We put all this into our system. Then we give it to our artificial intelligence model, and it models evolution and biology. So it crunches all these different models. We're running at this point, over 30 million models in the cloud a day. And each model we have is customized to each individual cryptocurrency. So it's not really a one size fits all. We have customized models for every single cryptocurrency, fine tuned for that. And we go through and try to really find out what's the best predictor for a cryptocurrency to perform well. So then we use that to come up with the grades we have on each cryptocurrency. So in this case, this has 0x as a good long-term hold, right? So this is based on the fundamentals, the technology, and the TA. Then we also have different grades for traders, right? Because traders aren't concerned so much about the fundamentals as much, right? So kind of going through and having different grades carrying to each. Then we also have, as mentioned, the price predictions. So with each cryptocurrency, we go through and we track the price. So as you see here, this model has been fairly accurate when it comes to tracking 0x protocol. So the actual price is the red line, and our predicted price is the dotted purple line. So it's pretty much been following the same trend. Actually, to a point where 0x, the actual price was performing better than our predictions. But all in all, this gives you a good idea in terms of where the trend is going. So our models currently have 0x pretty much being stable until maybe towards the end, towards the end of the month and beginning of August. So this is one of the most popular parts of tokenmetrics. So being able to kind of go through and have an idea of maybe where's a good time to buy or accumulate, or when's a good time to take profits, for example, right? So being able to go through day by day and see where our models are predicting the price of a particular cryptocurrency going. Now, obviously, this is not perfect, right? But this is merely a tool. This should be used as a tool in somebody's toolbox. So factoring in the price predictions, the overall grades we have, right, as mentioned earlier here, and then also maybe the technical analysis. So just kind of so if you factor all this gives you a big picture and makes you a smarter investor or trader.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah. So how many years of data does this draw on? Is this from the beginning of recorded data on cryptocurrency, or is this more recent stuff?
Good question. So with each cryptocurrency, right now we have data going back to about 2017. Then we're in the process of going back and getting data out even further. But for new cryptocurrencies, we have all the pricing data based on when they launched. Right, so anything that launched in 2018 or so, we basically have the last 2 years worth of data.
Cool. Yeah. So, I mean, it looks like an awesome system. Might as well show people the pricing available for it because they're going to be
yes.
interested in that.
Yeah. So currently, currently we have a discount where if you join the annual plan, we're basically giving away 6 months free, or basically half off. Right. So pricing begins at the hodler plan, which is about $20 a month. Investor plan, $50 a month. Professional plan, about $200 a month. That's basically a private group, bi-weekly calls with our trader, Bill, myself, kind of going through doing deep dives on different cryptocurrencies people want us to research and look at. Then if somebody wants something more short term, we have the monthly, which basically has no discount. That's $40 a month, $100 a month, and $400 a month. Now this discount is limited at the moment, right? So it's probably going to be around for probably a month or so, because now that we've launched the portfolios, which has been the most requested feature, honestly. So there will be some changes to the pricing.
All right. So I guess last question. We spoke in the beginning about how you turned $20,000 into over $5 million. So if somebody wants to go ahead and, well, if somebody wants to do that, if everybody watching this video wants to go ahead and do that, you know, I think that modeling people who have done things before is a great way to achieve those types of things. So you're someone who's done that before, and you're someone who would be a reliable person to ask how to do that. So how can somebody who wants to turn $20,000 into $5 million go ahead and do that?
Yeah, good question. So I have kind of two comments to that. So first one, I would say, I mean, that's why we built the platform, right? Because we've done this before. We're known for back in the last few years having great investment returns. Now, yes, I do get some flack online on Twitter or whatever for my losses, right? And I know I've definitely learned from those, right? But at the end of the day, we all know that investing comes with risks, and no investor is perfect, right? Because if you go back to our track record, we've been early in lots of great projects, right? We were private sale investors in Chainlink back in 2017. That's now a top 20 market cap coin. Tezos, EOS, Matic Network. I mean, the list goes on, right? So now we're just really kind of trying to take this to the next level. And that's from just having better, more in-depth research. But also, we know that humans are limited in terms of being able to crunch data points. So that's why we've had to really kind of go with the wave of the future of AI and bringing AI and trying to see, okay, how can we really get stronger returns? Because we do think those returns are still there, right? Because, for example, my biggest holding at the moment and a project I'm really bullish on is Helium, right? This is the project I met back in 2018. I flew to their offices in San Francisco before anybody even knew about them. And I've been basically, I mean, people will say I've been a shill for them, right? But this project has now really blown up. I mean, in the last month or so, I think it's up over 3 or 4x, right? Recently, it was on Pump's podcast and show, right? So we were in probably like a year before even that, right? So this is really our expertise of finding projects early, finding projects that are undervalued. I mean, yes, it's nice to invest into projects in the top 20, but that's not how you really get those large returns, those 100x returns, right? You have to go through, put in the work, find those undervalued projects before anybody else finds them, and you have to be willing to swing for the home run. But one of the downsides of trying to swing for the home run is you have to be willing to strike out, right? So it's kind of like a go big or go home strategy. And back in 2017, we were hitting lots of home runs, but after a while, we began having some projects strike out, right? So we kind of got some flack with that. But at the end of the day, professional investors, VCs, know that 1 out of 10 investments will be an Uber, right? Or Facebook or Amazon. And they're willing to kind of take that bet. Now with us, our success rate, if you go through it, is actually a lot better than that, right? At one point, over half of our investments were getting a 5x return or more, right? So I think people can definitely take a data-driven approach, right? As long as they understand that if they're going to swing for the home runs and try to get those large returns, there's also a chance that there'll be some losses, right? They just have to only invest what they're willing to lose, manage risk, and take a data-driven approach.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So anything else any other questions I should have asked that I didn't?
I mean, I think that's pretty much it at a high level. I mean, we definitely welcome your audience to check it out. I mean, they can definitely check it out with your link, which will give them 10% off, right? Your link and your code.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'll put a link down in the comments, 10% off. Check it out.
10% off lifetime discount with your link.
Nice. Yeah. 10% off lifetime. That's awesome. So Ian, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. Awesome platform. And I wish you the best of success. And then hopefully we'll have a whole bunch more 5 millionaires. Thanks for this episode.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Peace.
Peace.